Okay, so my name is Nur Almira Ufaira Salim, and I came here to you because of PTSD.
How does this issue feel like?
It was horrible, to actually experience PTSD. I never thought that I would experience it myself, Jua. I have suffered PTSD probably the worst PTSD about 3 years plus before I came here to seek for help. And every day I feel like I couldn't do anything about it. I hate my life, I hate myself, I hate everything that I've did before that caused me to be this way. And most importantly, I feel like I don't want to live. I don't have a reason to live anymore during that time. Yeah.
And how has this influenced your daily life?
I couldn't go to school. I skipped my final exam. I deliberately skipping it because I don't really want to go to school anymore. I really hate to see myself in public area because I don't feel like I'm supposed to be there. I'm not supposed to be where I am. And I avoided all my friends. I avoided my family. I didn't even tell my mom. I didn't tell my siblings about it. All I did was I cried every single night. That's one thing I know. And every single day, I told myself maybe I should just go to sleep. Sleep, as in just go to sleep, not waking up anymore. And I think I just literally just shut myself that time. Yeah, I shut myself. I don't want to meet, even to my closest friend, I don't want to meet them. I don't dare to tell them about all these things. I did sometimes, I tried, but I'm just afraid that they will think that I'm overreacting. I am just overthinking about things. I'm still living in the past, but it's real. It's so real. It felt like it's a part of you every single day. So I'm lost. Yeah, I'm lost.
And how has this issue influenced the people around you?
I know my mom, she saw the big changes in me, even though sometimes that when I went out the room, I would always put up a smile for her. I would always talk to her like I usually did, but I know she knows that something is wrong. And she has been telling my siblings that I have changed a lot. And she knows that I'm skipping schools, I'm skipping my exam. She knows about it. She did try to ask me what's wrong, but I couldn't tell her properly because I know that when I try to tell her what I truly feel, she will definitely say it's just things in your head. You've been overthinking about it. You should try to let it go. Something macam itu, but it's more than that. Living with PTSD, it's like it's been part of you for a very long time. You don't even know how to let it go. You don't even know how to get out from that situation. So my friends, when they noticed that I didn't hang around with them anymore, well, they just simply let me be. Although I feel so sad though, I do feel like I've lost a lot of friends during that period. Yeah, I lost a lot of friends, groups, those people that I used to talk to every day. I used to hang out with them every day. I didn't talk to them anymore. Cuma just a few people, like 1-2 people saja with me that time.
What was the worst thing that happened?
I I couldn't control my emotion. I think the worst thing is I lashed out because I don't know how to handle this emotion. I have been keeping it for a very long time, and it's just there every single day. So when you keep a pressure inside a box, it will eventually explode. I did explode, and that time I exploded to someone who really cared about me, which is my boyfriend. Then I exploded to him. Then I told him that you don't understand. You don't understand. I said, you don't understand what I've been through. You don't know what I'm feeling right now. It's not like I am overthinking about things, but it's just there. When I woke up, it's just there. I go to sleep, it's just there. Wherever I go, it's just there. And I couldn't get out from it. I couldn't unsee it. And I don't know where it came from. Everything just made me feel triggered. So, yeah, I think that was the worst part. I couldn't control my feelings and my thinking at that time.
Do you think society lacks the capability of noticing what's going on?
I'm not so sure. But I think they know I have problem. But they just simply ignored it. Because I don't know what's in their mind, but probably they see me as someone who just overthink, or I'm still living in the past, I haven't moved on. Something macam itu, probably. So I was feeling so desperate that time. When I tried to tell somebody, I just don't know how to put it into words. So in the end, I just told myself, maybe you should just go to sleep. But what I meant by sleep is not waking up. Just go to sleep. Because I don't want to think, I don't want to keep having this thing in my head. And I know I don't want people to see me like I couldn't move on and I'm not capable of moving on. It's just embarrassing, probably. So I think that's why a lot of people just started to avoid me, I think. They don't really want to be there with me. Except for my siblings lah masa tu, my younger sister. She's always trying to be there for me. Although she doesn't understand what's going on, she doesn't know fully what I'm thinking. But she's just trying to make sure that I don't go to sleep. Yeah.
And what have you done so far to resolve this issue?
I think most of the time I lashed out a lot. I cried a lot, especially to my boyfriend. I think it does make me regret up to this day, because I feel when I have this issue with me, that PTSD, the only person that I lashed out is to him that time. And I feel sorry for that, because I know he doesn't deserve it. He doesn't deserve whatever that I said to him. I know he cares, but he shouldn't experience what I did to him. Like, I lashed out, I got angry, I'm easily angry. I say things that I shouldn't said. And I think most importantly, masa tu, I shouldn't say that I want to go to sleep. Always, I shouldn't say that to him. And definitely that makes him worried so much. He also doesn't know what to do to help me, but he really tried his best to be with me. Same like my younger sister lah.
Do you think that if society is well informed of trauma, that you'd be able to get some help?
Yes, I do believe. It's not, it may not be easy to see if someone is actually suffering from PTSD ataupun depression, but when you see they started to avoid going outside, they started to avoid you, maybe, if you are a friend of someone who actually has PTSD atau depression, or they keep on talking about the same thing, the same issue all over again, I believe if society actually know that these are the signs of they actually need help, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they have mental issue, they need help, they should really try to not telling them that you're overthinking, not telling these people that you are not moving on and so on. All they need, I mean, people like me, all we need is someone to actually understand what we feel, and that they know that we doesn't want people to tell us that we are overthinking atau overreacting ataupun couldn't move on. We do need help. I know they couldn't help, but I think the least that can do is try to listen and perhaps refer us or suggest us where we can get help. Itulah, I think very, very important lah.
And you mentioned that you lashed out before.
Oh yes, I did.
Did you do anything else to reach out for help?
I think after several years, I think 2 years ago, I lashed out almost uncontrollably. The first year was okay because I thought I could handle all this thing. I thought me doing self-therapy is enough to help myself moving on from that very traumatic experience. But after certain years, that thing feel very heavy inside of me, and I don't know how it came to be, but I just know certain things can trigger me. And when I got triggered, yes, I lashed out. The worst was it felt like macam tantrum, but it's an adult version of tantrum. You just couldn't stop crying, you just couldn't stop shouting or being angry at things, and you could even throw things all over the place because you feel like this thing is sticking in my head. I don't even know how to stop it from how do I say? I couldn't calm down. Yeah, I that's one thing, I couldn't calm down masa tu. So I think other things that I tried masa tu before, I tried to look up there's a line in Brunei, 145. Yes, I tried to reach out to them, but I don't think that they actually understand what I'm going through. I did see some professional, local professional, I mean government punya sector, but it doesn't help as well, because all they told me that same like other people, they just tell me that I am overreacting, and they even tell me that you shouldn't do that, right? And I say, of course I know I shouldn't do all those things, but that's why I came here, because I need help. I don't know what to do. I am so clueless about what to do with all these things. So I gave up. That time I gave up. Before I actually came to seek for RTT therapist, I actually gave up that time. And I told myself, let's just live like this for the rest of my life. I don't even care. I don't even bother to do anything about it. But at a certain point, I know I cannot do this to myself, because I'm getting married soon, Jua. I'm going to have my own family, Jua. If I keep on doing this, and I know the fact that I also came from a broken family before, if my children saw me being this way, they would eventually learn to be that way as well, and I don't want that to happen.
Generational trauma.
Yes, it will definitely continue throughout the generation, because I know my family as well. My parents were separated when I'm not so young that time, but my younger sister was very young, and even though I think I'm around 18 that time, it still does impact me in a lot of way because of this sort of issues. So I know the fact that when I have my own family, I don't want my children to experience what I experience now. Yeah, I want them to have a good life, the better life that they deserve.
How did you get to know us?
I think I think I saw Max on TikTok. I was skeptical at first. I was very skeptical about this sort of thing. He was talking about the mind, how the mind works, I think that time. Yeah, how the mind is, and then how, and about depression, about mental health issues. At first I did ignore that TikTok because to me it's just, oh, okay, another trap, for us to go and pay a huge amount of money, but in return it will still be the same. I don't want the things that I experienced in the local hospital happen to me again. In the end, I was just told like, oh, you're just overthinking and overreacting. I don't want that to happen. But I think after several time, I saw Max, his TikTok, and I started to think maybe I should give it a try. So I texted him on TikTok. And I remember I did ask him about, do you offer anything that is related to PTSD or bipolar disorder. That time I thought I have bipolar disorder because throughout my period of having this experience, I do have my highs and I do have my low. So I thought that I might be suffering from bipolar disorder as well. And he said, oh, okay, we don't offer bipolar, but we do offer PTSD. I said, okay, PTSD. And I do believe that because of the traumatic experience, I did some reading about what my symptoms are, and it's really close to PTSD. So I thought, okay, maybe I should just give it a try. Maybe I should just ask him what can he offer through this session. So I did text him in the end.
What does it feel like to be in a session?
Okay, we had our first session. I mean, before the actual session, we have a pre-session. That time, it was, honestly speaking, it was awkward at first. It was really awkward because I never had the experience to truly tell whatever that I'm experienced to someone who I don't know. So it's a very awkward experience for me. But I think when we went, there's one part where he did hypnosis, something like hypnosis, but you're not literally falling asleep atau unaware of things. You're aware of things. I'm aware of things that time. And honestly, when I started to talk, everything that is in my heart, that is in my head, it felt really good inside and in my head. I felt my burden felt lifted. Yeah. And all I did, I know masa tu during the hypnosis satu, I just close my eyes. I do think about all those things, but it felt good to actually talk it out. And I think that is all I've ever wanted. What I truly want is for people to just listen and don't judge me. Yeah. So I think it's a very good session lah. Then after that, I agreed to do the next session with him, and that is when I finally we went through things together during the hypnosis session. We went through things together, and I revisited every single thing that actually causes me to feel this way, and I managed to overcome. And what's best about that part is I managed to just let it out, everything during that session itself, that one single session, that I'm truly blessed to be in that, to be part of that session that time. I managed to get everything out, especially in my head, in my heart. What's so heavy about that part too? Yeah, I managed to just let it go. And I know one particular part Jua, there are certain things that I didn't manage to tell that person that I have, not resent. It's something, I'm not so sure if it's actually being resentful towards that person, but I know there are unsolved things that I have between me and that person, but I couldn't personally tell him that I have unresolved things with him because we are already not talking. Okay, so I managed to do it during that session.
So
In my head, yeah, in my head.
this person that you mentioned, it was in the past?
Yes, that person was someone from the past, someone that actually was the ultimate reason why I suddenly developed my PTSD. Yeah.
What was the most interesting part of the session for you?
The most interesting part, I think the fact that I managed to wake up and feel relieved. All the burdens. I do feel dizzy that time. It's really weird that I feel very dizzy that time. I was so tired, extremely tired. I feel like I wanted to fall asleep. But when I woke up from the hypnosis session, I felt that my burden just gone. The burden on my shoulder feels liberated. It's just gone. So I think that was the moment that I've been waiting for a very, very long time. For a very, very long time. Because I wanted to forgive these people that actually caused me to be this way. But because of I'm trying to do it by myself, it's still there in my head, and I do feel that I'm actually being resentful towards them. But after this session, I can finally just forgive them and not looking back to that past. Yeah, I think that was the best part of it.
How long has it been since the session?
I think it was 1 month plus. No? Yeah, I think it was 1 month plus. And things that used to trigger me, they don't trigger me anymore. When I see that person, in social media, because we are living in a small country, there's definitely a chance that you might see them in social media. And I just felt, okay, he's not part of me anymore. He's not part of me anymore. I am no longer in that moment. So yeah, I think I felt really good. I am no longer having that sort of things like I used to. I think I've been like this for 1 month plus. Yeah, 1 month plus.
Would you say that the younger you has already let go of the past?
Yeah, I think so. Yes, actually not I think so. Yes, she did. The younger me did let go of the past. Finally let go of the past. Finally able to forgive those people and finally can live the future with whatever things that I wanted to do now.
What would you say to the people who are watching this video?
Okay, for those people who experience the same thing like I did, may it be depression ka, PTSD ka, ataupun anxiety ka, don't give up on yourself. Seriously, never give up on yourself. When you feel like there is no place to go or nobody cares, there are people who actually cares about you. It's just that you need a place where you can actually seek a proper help. Yeah, and I can definitely recommend this session. yeah, with Max. He's wonderful. He's great in helping me out, and I believe that he will definitely be able to help you as well. Yeah. So don't give up. Don't give up on your life.